Do you remember how many times you've seen that we need to find 11,780 votes? You've seen that in headlines. You've seen it from pundits. You've seen it on the news, right? So that's all true because it's on the news, it's quoted. And you've probably even seen, or you probably even heard audio of him saying it. Have you not? Well, I found out today that this was always a Rupar, and I didn't know it. Now, if you're new to me, a Rupar, R-U-P-A-R, refers to a video, but it could apply to audio as well, in which you delete part of it, and here's the weird characteristic of a Rupar. Deleting part of it reverses its meaning, reverses it. It doesn't just take a nuance away, it actually reverses it, right? So, for example, some Rupars were the fine people hoax. If you take away the part where he says, immediately after he said fine people, he said, I'm not talking about the neo-Nazis, they should be condemned completely. If you remove that, which they did, it reverses the meaning from disavowing Nazis, which he said explicitly, to complimenting them and supporting Nazis. It's a complete reversal by removing one part. Likewise, with the drinking bleach hoax, when they remove the part before he talks about it and immediately after, those are the two clarifications. The clarifications were that he was talking about light being brought into the lungs, literally putting a stent down there or something and shining light on the lungs as a possible disinfectant. The news removed the reference of light on both ends, and he made sure he put it on both ends so you wouldn't be confused. So they removed it and reported it, and that changed it to he wants you to drink bleach. Now, drinking bleach is not even similar in any way to shining light down your lungs. Now, I'm watching some people who are finding this out for the first time. Imagine you're watching this live stream right now, and you're hearing this for the first time. And I just saw somebody go, LOL. Sorry. This is really mind-bending if you haven't heard it before. Here's another one. The overfeeding the koi, the fish, in Japan. So the real video showed he was with, I guess it was President Abe, and or one of the presidents, I forget who it was. I think it was Abe, right? And the two of them were feeding koi fish by throwing some, bread or whatever in. And then when they were done, Abe led by dumping the rest of his fish food in because he was done. And then Trump also dumped his in because he was following the leader, literally. When you cut out the part where Abe went first, the news showed that Trump was a big old dope, and instead of feeding the fish like a little at a time, he just dumped his fish food in. That's a Rupar. You remember the Covington Kids video? It looked like the teenager was getting in the face of some Native American. Oh my God, that kid fooled me for 24 hours. But it's because they clipped out the part where it was the Native American guy who was actually getting in the face of the kid. It looked opposite if you take that out. So the Rupar, remember that, the Rupar doesn't just change like a detail. It completely changes the story to an opposite or something that's horrible in the opposite direction, right? So in the drinking bleach hoax, Trump was actually ahead of the scientists because he was aware of a trial that was actually being trialed at that time to see if light would work as a disinfectant in the trachea and the lungs. So he knew something above the scientists, and the news reversed it to not only did he know more about that one little thing, but that he was so dumb he thinks you should drink bleach. Now, half of the country actually believed all of those things, and still does. Half of the country believes all of those things because a Rupar video is really persuasive. It's really persuasive. So it turns out that this find 11,780 votes wasn't just another Rupar. And I didn't find that out until fucking today. Today is the day I found that out. Can you believe it? Now I'll explain it to you because you might not be aware of it. I know, for example, Breitbart did report this when it happened, But I think we lost, if you ever knew it, you probably forgot it by now. I did. Here's his actual full statement. So this is on audio. We know this is his full statement. So look, all I want to do is this. I just want to find 11,780 votes, which is more than we have because we won the state. Which part do they take out? Because we won the state. If you take out because we won the state, which is a very clear statement that he believes that they're trying to take an illegitimate result, look at it more closely, and come up with a legitimate vote, because he thinks he won. What part do they leave out every fucking time? Because we won the state. What is the entire trial is about? His state of mind. Did he really believe he won the state or not? Now, this alone would not be evidence of his state of mind, because they could just say he was lying. But it is evidence, not conclusive, but it's more evidence of exculpatory. I would say this is exculpatory. Exculpatory? Am I using that word right? It's evidence that we should be given, the public, and certainly the court, but we should be given this evidence from the beginning, because this is the part that gives you context to explain what he's saying. Imagine you heard only this. I just want you to find 11,780 votes. Does that sound like mafia talk? Yeah, a little bit. A little bit, doesn't it? Sounds a little bit like mafia talk. It's not guaranteed it's mafia talk, but you could easily imagine it, right? You could imagine it. Now you add, because we won the state. Is that what the mafia guy says? Does the mafia boss say, I'd like you to go get that thing that we legally own? Hey, I'd like you to go to the store and get me some products. All right, I'm going to steal some products for you. No. Here's the money. Take the money, go to the store, pay for the products, bring them to me. And the change too? Yes, the change too. Go to the store, pay for the products, put them in a bag, get a receipt, bring it to me. That's what they're accusing him of. They're accusing him of asking for something he is specifically calling out as legal. That's the mafia talk. He might go to jail because of a Rupar audio, which basically has biased the entire world, so that by the time you reach the jury pool, you're so polluted that it wouldn't matter what you heard at that point. Yeah, it goes to his intention, and his intention is completely different if he says, I think I won. Can you find the evidence of that by looking more carefully? Completely different.